Hi everybody and welcome back to Incredible Wilderness. Yes, you might think, what is she doing there? Well, I'm standing in my living room in a really warm sleeping bag, talking to you guys. Nothing unusual. Let's keep on going. As I promised you, I wanted to make a video about what kind of equipment and clothing I am going to pack for my upcoming field guide educational trip in South Africa and Botswana. Well, the trip is 1 week away and it's time to pack everything together. So that the videos do not get too long, I will have 2 parts of it. Part 1, equipment. Part 2, clothing. So you see it in the left or right corner, the link to this video. So since it's getting really warm, I would say let's start the video. Everything here on the top of the table is what I have to fit in my backpack. And the backpack is this one. It's a big one. It's a Tatonka 60 plus 10 liter for women. And the cool part of this backpack is, see, it opens up in the front. So this is very important because we live in tents in the middle of the bush and the tents don't have storage units. So if you don't want to just dive in your backpack all the time and try to get your stuff out, you can just easily open it at the front and get your stuff out and see your stuff. So that's quite cool. You have another storage on the bottom of it, and see as well, you know, the top unit. And this backpack comes with an integrated rain cover. Now that's quite cool. My day pack is the Osprey Stratos 26 liters. So it's a day pack, it's also my carry-on bag for the airplane. And when I'm going into an airplane I usually bring my photographic equipment with me. I don't put it in the luggage. And I think this one will be big enough to get all my camera equipment in. The batteries are very important. You are not allowed to bring your batteries into your luggage, so you have to bring it onto the airplane in your carry-on. So keep that in mind. There's also another quick access here at the front. You can put your important documents in there, for example. Yes, he's green because it's very important. If you do some bush walks, you have to wear kind of nature-neutral clothes, greenish, brownish clothes, so so that the animals, can see you harder. And this is why this one is actually green. Also, another important asset is, yes, you remember this one from the beginning of the video. This is my sleeping bag, and yes, also this one is way too warm for South Africa summer and the fall. But I don't want to buy 5 different kinds of sleeping bags, so I decided I buy a really good one. Where I can also travel to, let's say, Sweden in the fall time or in the summertime in Sweden, and I don't get cold. If you want to know more about this nice sleeping bag, description box, Okay, I'm not running through all that stuff one by one. I just give you an overview what I'm going to pack and what's important or not. So another thing what's really important is yes, how you want to get your big sleeping bag into your backpack. So this is a really nice bag. You just get your sleeping bag in here, close it up, and then squeeze all the air out. And then the air's out. The backpack is maybe that size. It's good for traveling. Just get it in your backpack perfectly. Saves you a lot of storage. This one is a Cocoon travel sheet. This is kind of a sleeping bag, but it's just a sheet where you can hop in like in a sleeping bag and have some nice silky texture around you where you can sleep in. So if it's not that cold during the night, but you need a little sheet to cover you, this is perfect. I used it already, quite nice. And it's so soft. And if you need a pillow, this one is a pillow. Yes, when you open this ventile up, it fills up with air and then it's a nice foamy pillow. I tried it already, perfect. Also, sometimes what's very important is to bring a camelback. When you're on long walks, you need a lot of water, that's very important. With this backpack, it's from Matador, and yes, you see, there you can zip out your water. It fills with a 2-liter water bubble, and you also can, you know, get some equipment stuff in there. It's kind of quite a cool backpack. I really like this one, and the cool thing is you can also roll him up, and it's really small to fit in your backpack. Also, another very important equipment piece are binoculars. So you have to identify a lot of birds, and I mean the birds when they're flying, they are so small. So you have to get some really cool binoculars so that you can identify the birds or other animals, for example. So I have them for a year now and they are awesome. Water is another very important element in the bush, especially during the summertime. You need to bring water bottles. So I'm going to bring my Chile water bottle. It keeps my water cool in there for like 24 hours. And if you need more water storage to take with you, take these really light, I don't know, plastic bottle thing. It fills up with 2 liters of water, and then you just can refill your bottle. And then afterwards you can just, you know, roll it up, and you know, it's really nice, and you don't need a lot of storage for that. Also very important is, you know, bring your camera, bring your lenses, bring your batteries for that. Don't forget your SD cards, CF cards, whatever you have with the camera, you need a camera. Very important. And also you need, if you're on a long trip, like me for like 2 months, you have to bring storage units. This is a 4 terabyte storage unit, and I guess I will fit everything of my data on it, and therefore to copy all my data I'm also bringing a MacBook with me. Yes, also when there is no electricity in the camp, there is no light. So it's very important to bring a light for your tent. Comes with a red light and 2 white light brightness steps. So you can just hang it up in your tent. Then also very useful is a headlamp, you know. Kind of looks stupid, but it's really cool if you have to, you know, use both of your hands, but you need some light. This also comes with a red light and with different steps of white and bright light. And for, you know, maybe searching animals in the far, I bring my flashlight from Nightcore, and this one actually, it's quite cool. Let's see. I ordered a rechargeable battery, and you can charge it just with a USB cable. You just put the USB cable in there, put the other end, the bigger USB end, maybe in your, you know, wherever you put it. And yeah, you can recharge it. So this is quite cool. You don't have to bring a charger with you, you know, just where you put sometimes the batteries in there and then charge it. So you save this space and this piece of equipment. So it's really cool, and I'm really looking forward to use this one. Yes, and batteries is another very important thing, since there is no electricity in the camps and just a generator where you can maybe for 1 or 2 hours during the day charge some of your stuff. It's very important to bring, you know, batteries, non-chargeable batteries with you. A lot. I mean, it depends how much stuff you use, how long your lights will be on during the evening, but bring a lot. And for that, if you need to charge your, let's say iPhone or other USB devices, this is a power bank from Anker, and I think this one charges your iPhone about 3 times. So this is quite very important. Also, if you don't have electricity and you need an alarm clock and your iPhone or your cell phone is dead and you need to wake yourself up at like 4:30 in the morning because you have a duty to do, it's kind of, you know, you see the point. You need an analog alarm clock. Yeah? Just put the battery in and then it's running and waking you up when you need it. Another very important stuff is that you have all your vaccinations you need and maybe your malaria medication with you or you take it beforehand. Please make sure to talk to your doctor before you travel to a foreign country and to make sure that you are protected in the right way. As a field guide or in a field guide training, you need a lot of books. You know, bird identification, tracks and tracking, tracker manual, you know, you have to track the animals. You have to identify a lot of birds and you have to identify as well a lot of trees. And yes, therefore you need a lot of books. So you can bring them all with you. Well, yes, they are really heavy. There are also books in the library at the camp, but 20 students, when they have to learn for finals and you don't have your own book, well, it might result in some problems when 2 or more people want to or need to read in the same book. So I decided to bring my own books and, well, it's heavy, but we'll see how it works out. So I guess, let me see, I covered kind of everything. Yes, one important thing is I'm not taking shampoo and shower gel and stuff like that with me. I'm just going to buy it when I'm in South Africa over there. So I'm saving me this weight, and this could be a lot. I mean, you cannot bring these little shower gel things. I mean, you have to bring the big bottles. So yes, I mean, it's enough. You can go there to the supermarket and buy everything else. You don't need to bring everything on your backpack on the airplane. Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of it with the equipment stuff. So if you have questions about it, just write it down below in the comment sections and I try to answer it and maybe make another video out of it. And yes, and if you want to know what kind of clothing I'm going to pack and what kind of shoes I'm bringing with me, head over to the next video where I'm explaining this stuff all together. So thank you for watching. I hope it wasn't that confusing. And well, always remember, stay incredibly wild and see you next time.